I'm having a heart-to-heart with the trees and apologizing on behalf of humanity for what we're doing to the earth and what we're doing to ourselves. I feel like it's really unfair because it's there's this sense of complacency where people are just accepting that this is normal. That, oh, this is just what happens annually, every summer, every year. We get these wildfires. And I asked the guy here at a gas station in this area, I was like, does this happen? Have you ever seen it this bad? And he was just like, oh, well, it just depends, you know, like, on what people do or how reckless they are. And that was an interesting answer for me, because it's like, it just was such this sense of that's just how it is. Or, you know, I mean, there was a kind of, I could sense that he was like a little bit like acknowledging that there's some sensibilities about humanity that could be better. And I was recording a video before this. I was just pouring my heart out to these trees and just crying because I was looking forward to seeing these trees again and going through this drive, this scenic drive, just like this. I knew it would be a scenic drive coming through Oregon, and instead I'm just terrified, but also I'm sad for the trees, you know. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of this theory that the trees in the Pacific Northwest especially, like, they are powerful enough that they can give off a certain, I don't know if it's a chemical or something that like asks for rain, so it makes it rain, and that's why it rains so much. The trees do that. And it's like, you know, this fucking fire, I mean, it would be sad. Could you just imagine all of this beautiful scenery just gone, just like up in flames? Like, it just makes me so sad. But I feel like I need to get more angry than sad, because if I'm angry enough about it, then I'll take even more initiative. And I have been even just educating myself even more about environmentalism and, yes, climate change. Like, I don't know who it was, who was the first person that put it out there and put in our heads that there's something about climate change that's not real. And I really want to, just for my own sake too, I just want to get to the point where like, I can debate anybody on that and say, yeah, this is the science behind it, blah, 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 and this is why it's absolutely is real. Sorry again for the bugs on the windshield. But because it must be real. If it's, I mean, there has to be, like, statistics. We could start there for one thing. If there's statistics that are acknowledging how forest fires, wildfires have gotten worse in correlation with, I don't know, fracking or like oil mine, you know, like all the stuff that we're fucking doing to harm the planet, then I feel like that's strong evidence. And I mean, I just want to say this too, like, I'm not even a political person like that. I mean, I've never really even wanted to really vote, and I've had, like, supposed friends call me out and, like, really shame me and make me feel bad for it. Because, I mean, just because they had a family that had a political party and they were indoctrinized in that shit or whatever, and I wasn't. But I just want to say that if I feel motivated to vote for whoever is going to be standing for climate change and who is going to be believing that it's real and that we need to do something to stop this, because we're losing our forest. We're losing beautiful forests like this. And then in return, like, I don't know, like, man, we need trees for oxygen. And in return, it's all the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide going up into the atmosphere. I'm constantly coughing I was scared. I don't give a shit anymore. Like, it is what it is. Like, if my health is sacrificed for this, then so be it. You know, like, the bigger thing is that I'm recognizing like how much of an issue this is. And I think I really needed to take the drive through this smoky, scary, wooded stuff to really understand. I hope you guys are getting a good view. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, I mean, I was born in Michigan, and we have beautiful trees too, but it's from the area I was in Michigan is nothing like this. And then when I moved out to Seattle for the first time, it just blew me away, and I was just like, wow, like, this is a freaking magical, mystical, it's a feeling. You have to feel it for yourself, like what it's like to hike through these forests and to feel the energy of this plant life and the natural wildlife here. Can you imagine like how scared the animals are right now? Like, I just really wish it didn't have to happen like this. But, you know, I guess it's not too late, and that's why I'm going to be putting a lot of my work into this. And, you know, I don't know if you guys have noticed, that's a large reason why I put a lot of like plant work and like biology type of work into my art, because I love nature. Like, when I was a little kid, I used to call myself the queen of nature. Don't come for me. I was a kid. And I remember one time I laid down on the floor on the carpet, like, such a weird thing to do, just randomly. I think it was like late evening. I just laid down on my back and stared out the window at the trees and the sky, and it just was such a magical feeling. And this is me as a little kid in Detroit, Michigan, doing that. I don't know. I've always been when I say weird, I don't want it to seem negative, but I've just been different. And I think that's okay. I think that we need to just let ourselves be different. And I don't know what is wrong with people where they feel like they can't stand different. Like, they can't stand when things are too different or hard to understand. I mean, it's definitely everything. If you guys don't remember anything, please remember this, that everything starts as from when we were children. Okay, so firefighter people, that makes me nervous a little bit. Yep, fire marshals. Show you guys how scary this visibility is right now. And I literally only saw like one car behind me. I have to do this though, just so you guys guys can see what my visibility is right now. This is what I'm talking about. And then just imagine this at nighttime yesterday. See, that makes me feel better when I see some headlights in the distance. But again, they're coming from the opposite direction of what I'm heading into. I do see some headlights behind me now too. This is insane. This is not fog. This is smoke from the wildfires. It might be fog. It might be a little bit of fog, but look at that. What happened to this truck? Oh, God. Oh, you know, just driving through some smoke. If you see, it's like the villain origin story. You see any adult you think they're a hateful person, something happened in their childhood that wasn't resolved. It always starts with that, and usually it's something that has to do with love or abuse. And I've been there, and I watched a lot of my life go by. I watched a lot of, I have to make sure I'm still recording. I'm gonna do another video. I watched myself make a lot of mistakes in my life and let a lot of opportunities go by because I hadn't healed. And honestly, I feel like I want that for my family too. Like, there's a lot of family that I'm learning to definitely let go of grudges and forgive. And it's because, like, when things happen to us as children and we don't have a support system or we don't have some kind of outlet, like, that can be damaging and it can stick with you. It looks like the smoke is clearing up. But I want to just meditate on this more when I get to Portland, because I would hate to lose these trees. Like, if the fucking fire spread here, like, what, like, how devastating. I moved here for that, and then it's gone. And I think we just really need to start just trying to love each other. And I do too. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I can be a hypocrite sometimes. Like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know if it's my Gemini nature, but it's like a little switch in me where I can just get really angry all of a sudden. Or I don't know if it's because of, like, my autism spectrum disorder. I just won't understand, like, communication, like, all the way correctly or whatever. But every day I just want to keep working on that, so that I can just love people more and love myself more. Like, really love people and not feel like they're, like, secretly trying to harm me because like I went through that as a child. It's not something I want to keep dragging through my life as an adult, because like I said, I've already wasted so much time, and I just want this life to be meaningful finally, and to feel like I completed what I'm here to do, like to heal myself and to heal my family, like our journey, like our family storyline and all that stuff, because I really think that's the whole point of, like, generational traumas and pain. And that's why I made AlchemyHz, because I was reflecting on the things that have helped me, and everything is frequency, and I really want to get really good at explaining, like, how much that makes sense. Like, if I could even tap into the frequency of these trees, like, oh God, I did not expect to be crying like this. But it's just, We have to wake up and we have to find a way to all work together. Like, I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or if you're a Kamala supporter. Like, everyone's a person. Like, you can't lie. Trump has done some fucking hilarious shit and you've laughed maybe at it, but he's also done some shit that's been horrible that some of you would say. And you know, maybe we can say the same for Kamala and Joe Biden and all this stuff. And it's like, at the end of the day, aren't they still people? Like, they're doing the best that they can. We have to vote on the things that we care about and approach it with love and understanding. And there's like so much, like, no one even get started about the whole global issue going on with all the wars happening right now. I mean, you want to call someone evil and everything, and it's like, we don't know what kind of childhood these people had. There's no way that you could just be doing things that you would consider heinous and evil, and there's just not something inside of you that's hurting in some way. And it doesn't mean that you're weak at all by any means. It means actually that you're a very strong person. I have had tremendous trauma from a child. I mean, not maybe not as bad as some people have had it, but definitely bad enough. And for me to not have become a drug addict, seriously, and for me to not have done a lot of things that could have been worse, I feel like I'm a strong person, and I'm trying to get stronger every day, you know? Like, I think this whole thing has just shown me that, like, nothing is promised. Like, we could literally die. Like, I could have died. I could have died going through the fucking forest. I'm not joking, guys. Like, you see the video. I hope you understand, like, how scary that looked. I have never in my life driven through something like that before. And I want to be able to appreciate these moments with people. I want to be able to take my family here, my friends here, and go hiking and camping. Like, I think that type of stuff really changes your life. Some people have never done that. They've never gone camp, you know, like hiking and camping. It's such a beautiful thing. Oh God, I feel a little bit better, especially now. It seems like it's getting clearer, closer getting to Portland than I thought it would, because I'm getting further north. But see, this is the whole lesson about it. Like, look how clear and clean it is now. And if some of these people hadn't driven down where I was at, it's like, how would they know really just how bad it is until you get down into that environment? And that's why it's also important for us to be exposed to things that are different and people that are different, because that's the best way that we learn, is through exposure. We learn through being exposed to other people. And yeah, all right, I think I cried enough. And wow, that looks really pretty. That's the twilight scene you guys are thinking of right there. Edward Bella hopping from tree to tree to get away from the wildfires. Well, thank y'all for listening. If you listened this long, I really appreciate it, and I really hope that something I said really stuck with you, and that you just know that you're not alone. If you've ever been through stuff that you feel like has had you stuck or that other people don't understand or respect you, or that they judge you for some decisions you made that seem questionable. Everything has a reason. Everything has a reason in life. Look how these cars slow down. I'm like, what are y'all doing for what? See, and like that's like one of the things. Like, I try not to get upset. Maybe I just didn't see the speed limit. I think we really, it's time for that. It's seriously time, because we are on the verge of you guys, I don't know if you've watched all the media and news and stuff. And one thing I just really want to say is, you know, no matter who it is, like, blaming and saying someone's evil for this and that is, I don't think it's the answer, because we already know, like, the things they do that we don't like, and that they seem to be hurting people. But we have to take another approach. We have to find out how to communicate. You know? Like, because everyone at the end of the day, they want to be happy, and some people, I guess, like, for them, that's power. You know, or it could just be, I don't know. But how will we know if we don't communicate and talk about it and find solutions that works for everyone? You know, like, I think maybe people who are in power, like, for them, power is love, like, because they just are looking for love. Like, like, if you are ruling the country, your people, and they have no choice but to love you, then you're getting love, which is something that is so sad when, like, a child doesn't have that, really, or they, you know, or they just, things happen differently for them.